So we had a eclectic mix of judges ranging from different functions. We had lead local flood authorities, we had designers, and we had engineers, and also we had representatives from the water companies. So I think we also need to thank our SuDS partners and supporters. Without them, we wouldn't be able to be here this afternoon, so I want to thank them. And I also want to thank the GLA for supporting us this afternoon in terms of providing us this great venue. So it's been 8 years since susdrain was launched, and we've seen quite a lot of change over that time, and I think we still would like to see an awful lot more. It's encouraging to see our neighbours in Wales take forward sustainable drainage with regards to making multiple benefits and the 4 pillars of statutory concern from January next year. And I also think we can honestly say that with the work that's going on in Wales and elsewhere in this room, that there's greater recognition of the value of SuDS and how it can significantly improve our places and spaces. I think we now need to grow that ambition to keep on ensuring that we get those good benefits from our new build. And we also need to still explore whether these new SuDS that we're receiving are also the same as good SuDS. We need to keep on striving for schemes that deliver more than just compliance. So it's with this in mind that susdrain's and partners and supporters decided that we should try and showcase and celebrate the SuDS schemes that are being developed. And we really want to provide this platform for sharing good practice. So in many ways, the submissions this year exceeded expectations. We received 40 case studies and 13 nominations for SuDS champions, which we shortlisted down to 6 and then were put forward to a public vote. So in terms of what were the general thoughts from our judging panel, well, they were pleased with the range of projects and the strength of the submissions, many of which we hadn't seen before because we can be quite an incestuous bunch. So it's nice to see some different examples. Overall, there was some comfort that the approach was progressive and robust. However, there was always room for improvement. So I think we can do more. But overall, the retrofit schemes were particularly heartening in as much that they actually show what can be done by really competent and empowered champions when there's no legislation to help make that happen. So I think, as we said before, this category really demonstrates the power of community engagement and collectivism that involves placemaking as well as surface water management. The best schemes often deliver the multiple benefits, and they also evolve from great collaboration and engagement. However, our judging panel did express some frustration that some simple missed opportunities were missed, and that the opportunities to actually have integrated schemes where the management train was clearly legible and that there was also opportunities to manage water on the surface was sometimes lost. So I don't want to beat ourselves up. It's a fantastic start. Establishing something like the SuDS Award is going to be an iterative process. But we really want to help ensure that susdrain provides that platform to share that good practice. So I would like you to, when you go back home or back to the office, to have a look at the susdrain website and have a look at some of those awards. So really, let's get down to the business of actually celebrating the schemes that we received. So in each category, we will be announcing those that have been commended first, followed by those that have been highly commended, and with the winners being announced last. So I would ask that when those organisations hear their names, they come up to here and we can give them the certificate. So our first of our 3 main categories is probably where there's the greatest challenge, but hopefully the greatest rewards. And as I said, retrofitting was one of the most popular categories with over 23 submissions, ranging from fairly modest projects to large-scale regeneration along highways within city centres. So for our first category, looking at retrofit SuDS projects, the susdrain retrofit SuDS projects that were commended by our judges for their simplicity, replicability, value for money, and also mainstreaming SuDS at a local level were the London Wildlife Trust for their project on South Rail Road Community Depaved Garden and Heron Court Rain Garden. So if they're here, if they could come up, that'd be great. Marvellous, thank you. And could we also invite the London Borough of Enfield for the Alma Road Rain Gardens? Our highly commended award in susdrain retrofit SuDS category is awarded for the integrated and collaborative approach to retrofit design, maintenance, monitoring, as well as for setting the standard for applicability. And in this case, the award goes to Groundwork London for sustainable drainage estates. And the overall winner in the susdrain retrofit SuDS category has been awarded for excellence in integrated surface water management, highways, urban and horticultural design, and recognition of the collaborative and forward-thinking nature of this project. This year's award goes to Sheffield City Council for Grey to Green, Phase 1. Now we move on to our second award category, which is the susdrain new build small scale SuDS category. We had 6 entries, and these covered a range of developments, including residential, public realm, and those along the highways and commercial sites. So our judging panel commended a project that incorporates SuDS into high quality public realm landscape, and the commended award goes to J&L Gibbons for Ruskin Square. And the winner in the susdrain new build small scale SuDS category has been awarded to a scheme that demonstrates an excellent integrated susdrain approach, effective catchment design, and the use of good range of SuDS components. This is a project that incorporates all 4 pillars of SuDS, delivers multiple benefits in abundance, and this year's award goes to Watchtower for the access road at the Jehovah's Witness British headquarters. So now we're moving on to our third and final main category. This is for new build large-scale SuDS. We had 10 entries, and these included strategic surface water management planning, housing developments, schools, civic spaces, and other commercial locations. 2 projects in a susdrain new build large-scale SuDS category are commended by our judges. ABG is commended for the innovative and multiple use of green and blue roofs for Rathbone Market, London. And Peterborough City Council is commended for excellent collaboration with highway authorities and the use of roof runoff and permeable paving, and establishing a good approach for the adoption of Fleetwood Crescent, Peterborough. This category also has a highly commended award. This is awarded for a vibrant and engaging project where SuDS are integrated into a high-quality landscape as part of a major urban regeneration scheme. And this award goes to Berkeley Group for the Woodbury Down regeneration. And the winner in the susdrain new build large-scale SuDS category has been awarded to a scheme that demonstrates how a new build housing development can deliver surface water drainage through a SuDS management train, use of public and private runoff, and all of this being managed on a permeable adopted highway for its delivery on all 4 pillars of the SuDS at each treatment stage. This year's award goes to London Borough of Hillingdon for St Andrews Park, Uxbridge. So we now move on to a special award that aims to recognise the fact that it's difficult doing your job. Difficult to get SuDS considered, let alone built. Without the commitment and passion of a single individual, a SuDS champion, SuDS often get missed. So these champions can either be mavericks or diplomats. Either way, they show great vision and they go over and above their day job to get SuDS delivered with their tenacity and bullishness. So, as you can see, we had 6 champions that were shortlisted by the judges, and we had nearly 600 votes cast from the wider public. So this year's susdrain SuDS champion, as voted for by the public, is Chrissy Tinsley of Leicester City Council. Chrissy is Leicester City Council's lead officer in the development and delivery of SuDS. She's been instrumental in embedding the concept of SuDS in all development, landscape and highway proposals in the city. Chrissy has also designed and delivered a number of SuDS projects herself. And Chrissy has been nominated for achievements in terms of designing and delivering schemes on the ground, promoting SuDS at local, regional and national level, and changing the culture and approach towards sustainable drainage. Well done. And finally, the award that we have all been waiting for. This is for my judging panel in recognition of a project that not only delivers effective and efficient SuDS, but delivers so much more in terms of beauty and placemaking. This project demonstrates what can be achieved when there's a collective will at a local level and strength of conviction amongst all of those working on the project. And it also demonstrates the value of good leadership. So our overall winner for 2018 goes to Sheffield City Council for Greater Green Phase 1. Our judges considered this project to be the epitome of high-quality integrated SuDS, a scheme that demonstrates how functional drainage can be achieved on the surface whilst at the same time delivering multiple benefits. The Council is awarded for their collaboration across all civic functions and disciplines in achieving this wonderful scheme. And Zach, if you'd like to say a few words about the scheme.
Well, yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for, judges or whatever, but it was fantastic. Yeah, it gives us ammunition, really, to go away and sort of think, and sell this further to, because it's not always sort of locally recognised what we're doing in the city almost. We're doing it under the radar at times and things and stuff, so it's really good ammunition to take things on and keep on pursuing these sort of avenues of design and ambition, really. So it's great, but it's also about, it's a much wider picture, really. It's not just about me at all. It's, Lucia, the client, really strong client lead on things and stuff. We've expertise we've pulled in and gathered in from advisors, from Bob Bray through the university landscape department. We've pulled in expertise all over the place, really. So it's a much bigger picture than just the few of us that are up on the stage and stuff. So thank you again. It's fantastic. Yeah, great.
Thank you.
One final mention before I hand you back to Andy and moving on to the drinks. I would like to mention one SuDS champion, or maybe we should probably call him a SuDSar, who has recently retired or is about to retire, at the end of this month. I'm afraid he's unable to be here today to hear this mentioned directly, and this is really Phil Chatfield. Phil Chatfield is from the Welsh Government, and over the years and decades, whether working at the Welsh Government or the Environment Agency, Phil has tirelessly promoted the delivery of high-quality SuDS. He supported those developing policy, guidance, including CIRIA, and also those actually actively building schemes. He's left, or is about to leave, a great legacy in Wales, where in January they're taking forward Schedule 3 to implement SuDS that goes beyond dealing with water quantity. It should hopefully deliver multiple benefits. I think you agree with me that when we ask you to applaud Phil, that he has been a champion. Whilst he hasn't got a certificate, he has also helped deliver SuDS across all the countries in the UK, and I think we owe him an awful lot for championing SuDS over the last 20 years or so. So a final thank you to all the organisations and individuals that submitted schemes. You gave us all an awful lot of work to do in terms of managing the process and also judging them. So all the projects are on the susdrain website, and all of the shortlisted entries will be peer reviewed and turned into case studies over the next few months. I'd also like to thank everybody at CIRIA for help making this the first inaugural SuDS susdrain awards a success, and I will now hand you back to Andy.
Okay, so we're at the wrap-up stage. Can we just have another round of applause for all our award submissions and presenters? Thank you. So here, where it turns into a wedding speech, I'm afraid, and we end up thanking everybody. But a special thank you for all the susdrain partners and supporters. Without you, we couldn't do what we could do. We wouldn't be effective. So thank you very much. I'd also like to thank the GLA for their support and their time, and also this fantastic venue. I think you'll all agree it's a brilliant place to hold the first award ceremony. A few sort of things to wrap up with. Can I all encourage you to complete the online feedback forms? It's really great that we get feedback about the way the events work, so please fill those in. And can I also ask you to recycle your name badges? I think they're being collected at the back. And the only final thing to say is please join us for a drink. Thank you.